Yes, welcome to my high-end and frequency business podcast. My name is Lisette from the Netherlands, and I'm an international trained high-end success medium and a high-end and frequency business coach. Throughout my podcast series, I help ambitious, empathetic coaches who aim for high-end success, fulfillment, and ultimate life and business mastery, absolutely living and thriving from their stardust potential. I'll give you the tips, the tools, and energy shifts you need to shift to the next level of impact, abundance, freedom, and absolute energy joy. So I hope you're ready to shift with me. Let's go. High level freedom. Break free from old BS, outdated systems, and shine. Yes, a very warm welcome to the High End and Frequency Business Podcast number 50. In this episode, we're going to talk about high-level freedom. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, when you adapt and change your business to that high level and high-end style, you get freedom and you get more time and space to do what is necessary to fulfill that soul's potential. So you have more time in the first place for yourself to become that ultimate outstanding version of yourself, that ever unfolding version. And from that place, you can serve at the highest possible top performance place. So, with that said, as well, high level freedom, what does freedom mean to you? Because you don't start a high level or a high end business because of the success, right? Or because of the money. Well, most people do this for the money, but money is just a byproduct. It's not the end goal. It always has to do with a certain feeling. And for me, and that's why I call it high level freedom, for me, the freedom was so important because as a high end success medium, I work with people, of course, and I work with a lot of frequencies and energies. That means when I'm training a group of 14 people on Zoom, I have to connect with every nervous system. So, because that's what I do, I can teach you that as well to do that. And it's important to learn how to, I call that driving your energetic car, your own vehicle on the frequency waves. But why is it important for me to have that freedom? Because I need my time and space for my own soul, of course, for my kids, for my family, and to do the things I want to do. Because who wants to work 24/7? And I can tell you, I'm working a lot of hours, but most of the time I'm creating, and I chose a way to serve my students, my clients. I created a new system that works for me. And it's completely different than other coaches do that or how other mediums work. I created my own model. And that works for me because I'm highly sensitive. And like I said, when I'm working with a lot of energies and frequencies, and probably as a coach or as a therapist or as a service-based provider, you know, when you want to give them the best, when you want them to be the best version of themselves, you give your all. At least that's how I do it. So I'm giving a lot of energy. I'm helping them shift. I'm helping them break through those old BS. And what I mean by BS, well, it's belief systems. Because why don't most people live from that high level freedom place and mindset? Because it's not how we're programmed. We go through the school system and we are programmed a certain way that you, after that, you have to study and then you have to find a job. And I was listening to Jeff Bezos and I talked about this in podcast 49 as well. And he said, you can choose to have a job, you can choose to have a career, or you can choose to have a calling. And when you're here, you're not that mediocre kind of person, right? You want to aim high. You want to live and thrive from not a nice place, not a good place, but from an outstanding place, right? So the most important thing is that you have to break through those old layers, those belief systems, that old bullshit, because that's what it is, where you're really honest. All those old stories, all those old patterns, all those old belief systems is not who you are. And I talk in this podcast about high level freedom because you have to break away from that old systems as well. And what do I mean by old systems? Well, for example, when I started working as a medium, I was trained in the UK at the Arthur Findlay College and by the world's most renowned medium, Maeve Patilla, as well. But they learned to work in a certain way. And that worked for them amazingly. But I feel I have to adapt the energy work that I do and the business that I run in a certain way. I have to shift that old system to a way that suits me. And this is what I help you to do as well, to step into that soul alignment with your business so you can let your calling unfold in a way that absolutely is in alignment with who you truly are. Because so many coaches, so many people are doing exactly what they learned. They're doing it in a certain way, but the person who they learned from, yeah, it worked for that person, but then you're learning it yourself and then you're doing it and it feels completely out of tune, completely not in alignment. So it's so important that somebody helps you with this part from that energetic place as well. And you can feel when it's not working for you, because then you stagnate, you start to self-sabotage, you start to make excuses like maybe it's not for me, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe, well, I can start this next year and then I have more time for it. All those excuses. No, those are signs that you're out of alignment, that there's a subconscious layer blocking you and keeping you away from what your soul really wants you to do here. Because when you get rid of all those layers and you adapt your business in a way that really suits you, that sets your soul on fire, do you think that anybody can stop you? Do you think that failure, 10 failures, 100 failures can stop you? No, it doesn't matter, because you know then that every time something doesn't work out the way you planned and something doesn't succeed the way you wanted it, you say, okay, let me look at it one step back. I look at it, I learn, and then I keep on moving, because through mistakes you learn. So when you listen to the people who are really at the top of the game, they never took no for an answer. They never took no for an answer. And every time they heard a no, what did they do? They just adapted a bit, changed a few things, tweaked a bit here and there, and they went for it again. So that's what I encourage you to do as well. So you can start creating at high end and high level from that place of freedom. Because I've created my business now in a way that I can work wherever I am in the world. It doesn't matter. I can travel and I take my notebook with me and I can serve wherever I am. And that's what I love. That's freedom for me, that I don't have to be in one certain place. I mean, the way I've created my business like this, and I broke through those old, outdated systems, I've created a new way. I've created a way that works for me. So it might not work for you, but it works for me. That I can say, okay, I got all my programs running in the background. I can train people through Zoom. I can share my message through the internet. And that's freedom for me. I can serve. I can live my calling. And that's to help shift 1 million plus souls to the frequency of energy, joy, and beyond. And that feels amazing. And I know I can keep on going like this forever and ever. So what does it look like for you to be at that high level freedom space and place? For me, it's freedom and adventure. Freedom and adventure. So what is it for you? Because when you've created a business that's completely aligned with who you truly are, and that feeds your soul, sets your soul on fire, and from that place you can serve other people, then in that way, you do not only change people, you are the change. So I would like to finish this podcast by saying to you, break free and break away from that old BS. Do the work, break through those old, outdated systems, the systems that keep you stuck at an office or a certain brick and mortar place or whatever doesn't even feel good for you, doesn't even feel good to you, and change it. But the only way to change something is that you have to be the change yourself. Create the change. Make a drastic move, do something really outrageous that your subconscious programming says, oh, are you sure you're going to do this? Because what might other people think? And then when you've done the work, you can say, that's that little voice that's trying to play small, that's trying to keep me safe. I don't need that. That's not going to help me to live my ever unfolding potential. Not listening to that part. I'm here to thrive. I'm here to shine. I'm here to serve. I'm here to live in freedom. And I'm here to live adventurous in a way that feeds my soul. And from the feeding of my own soul, I can feed the souls of millions. Whoever is interested in learning about energy, learning about frequencies, and wanting to learn at a high level place from freedom as well. So I hope this sparks a little bit within you. When I ask you now, how does high level freedom look for you? How does your life look? How does your business look? What's really important for you? Because when you know what's really important for who you truly are, I don't talk to those old belief systems because that wants you to stay in the place of certainty, maybe in that job or that safe career. No, what does your soul, that part that knows what's your calling, what does that part want and need? And I want you to promise me now that today, after listening to this, that you take one action step towards your soul's calling so that you can shine. Shine bright like that diamond, yes, that beautiful diamond that you really and truly are, without those old dust layers, so that you can sparkle and shine, and that you can radiate that beam of beautiful, pure light that you truly are. And with that light, you can help so many people to do the same. So you can empower them by empowering yourself, and go for the top performance, and go for the highest top level outstanding. Why? Because that's the way you can make the most impact. Because then you attract leaders from the soul, and leaders will create new leaders. And that's why you're listening to this podcast. That's what I know for sure. Heart to heart, soul to soul. Yeah? So take that with you. Now, step into those leadership shoes and take one powerful action step. Let me know what action you've taken. I'm really curious. And if you want to know more information, or if you want to work with me, you can connect with me and we can schedule a one-to-one soul connection call. And then we can discover together what is needed for your soul to step into your full soul's potential. Well, the show notes you can find at www.lisettelucas.com B50 and download my free Above the Golden Line method, including free hypnotation. And yes, as well, you can buy the matching manifestation journal of my method on Amazon, and it's called the Above the Golden Line Method Manifestation Journal. You can buy it on Amazon. So really looking forward to hear from you, looking forward to connect, and let me know what action step you've taken. Thanks so much for listening, and looking forward to meet you or see you again. Bye-bye. Till next time. Thank you for listening to my High-End and Frequency Business podcast. My name is Lisette Lucas, and if you want to join my EnergyJoy world, please drop me a DM, and really looking forward to connect.